to ride my bike to go to the train station and go to school. And I would ride my bike, and I would see older couples or just single people just walking their dogs or whatever. And I would say, oh hey, good morning on my bike. I was just like riding by, and they would say good morning back.
Yeah.
And honestly, I do think the sort of community with other people is so important. And unfortunately, with everything going on this year, COVID, I think we've kind of lost that a little bit. Yeah. So this week, do something different. Say good morning to people when you walk by. Yeah. Say hello. Like say, oh hey, give them a compliment. Say, hey, that's a sick shirt. Just do something a little bit extra this week.
Damn, Ma, that's a fat ass.
Nothing like that.
I'm just kidding.
Not like that.
Catch a police.
Not like that.
No, it's true because let's go back to what you were saying with that cancel culture. A lot of people can't speak their minds because. Do you guys think a lot of people can't speak their minds because now they're a little confused as in what's okay to say than what was okay to say before? Then now what's okay to say now?
I think so.
Yes and no. I think it's more okay. So obviously the generation past us, the older generation from us,
it's the booms, right?
Baby boomers,
Boom.
yeah.
The boom. Hey, boom.
Some people in that generation are like, oh, the youth is so sensitive, blah 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 blah. Honestly, I don't believe that us youth are sensitive. I believe that we're more educated on different matters. We're more about equality. We're more about gender representation, all that sort of topics. I think we're just more educated and aware of it, and they think, oh, they're so sensitive.
How the way that we were raised, or like getting hit and stuff, when we did something that was not acceptable.
We're getting disciplined, Frankie.
Getting disciplined.
Use the right
words. It's the wording. It's the wording.
We're getting our discipline growing up. I think it made us like a lot better than what I'm seeing now with my little brother, cause like when you listen, that's the thing, we listen, and then like we're mindful, like we're respectful of other people too. Like we take in consideration, like if it's not something nice to say, then don't say it, or like something like that. It's.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another Grub'N Talk podcast.
Hello,
Hopefully,
everyone.
you're having a great day. How's everybody doing today?
Doing a ride.
Excited. Hey, I love it how all of us are wearing black in those days. Just
yeah, you gotta be different sometimes,
He's the gray duck.
we gotta be different.
You gotta be different.
You gotta be different.
I like it how we all have the same hat except Alex. You
Have
gotta
the
be
same
different
what?
sometimes. You gotta be different sometimes. You gotta be different.
We're
the same but different at the same time.
At the same time. Damn, Alex, he putting you on the spot like that.
No,
I have a blue hat. You guys
no, you
give me
do
a
not.
blue hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I you know what? That was my favorite hat, and I gave it to you.
The blue one?
Yeah.
You know what? I would have liked the black one.
Okay, we're gonna order, guys. If you guys want some, we're gonna order some new hats. Let us know on the links down below. Not the links.
Comments.
The
Comment down below what colors. And
no, just black. Just black. We're gonna get black ones. Black trigger view hats. Okay. Alex is gonna get one, and we already have like 3 other orders. So hit us up or DM us on Instagram. On Instagram, if you guys want some hats, and we'll give you guys pricing. We don't want to sell them, but we don't want to just we don't really want to release them either because it's just for kind of like us. But
if you're a fan,
yeah, and if you want some, we got you guys. Yeah. Hey, have you ever been put on the spot?
Yes, I have.
Like, was it bad?
It was bad. Okay, so
you gotta tell us what day, where it happened. Was it cold? Was it hot?
It was in
And who was all there?
It was my senior year of high school. I was in a program called Avid, and we were smart. We were prepping for college, right? So we had this little contest going on. It was called The Apprentice. It was kind of like a challenge kind of thing.
Ooh. And what The Apprentice, like what is the challenge about, or what is it?
So essentially, like our teacher, he said, okay, I'm gonna challenge you guys and just put you on the spot and kind of test you out to see if you have what it takes to be like the top student or whatever. So he said, okay, after this trials, I guess you could become my apprentice, and he would further mentor you or whatever.
Ooh.
So we had these little contests, and my group was actually really creative, and we were one of the top groups. But it wasn't your group, it was yourself individually. And one time I was in class and I was still in the running. So like he would just flat out cancel. Like he would say, okay, you're gone. Like he would flat out like let you know on the spot, okay, you're done. And I think I was top 10 until one day in class, he put me on the spot, dude. Like, so we had these Avid t-shirts that we actually designed and created as a class, and we had it printed. And he's like, Alex, sell me this t-shirt. Dude, it was like super on the spot. I was
Wolf on Wall Street.
I was like, wait, what? I was tripping over my words. It was terrible. I felt so embarrassed because if I was prepared, I would have sold that shirt like nothing, you know.
So you sell me the shirt.
But for me, I'm not an on the spot person. Like, I like to have a little bit, at least of knowing a little bit of what I want to talk about, you know.
No, I get you.
I can BS it all day if I go off, off something. But dude, it was like, sell me this t-shirt. I'm like, yeah, you should buy this t-shirt because it looks cool. It's a good price. I just kind of like, it was terrible. It was bad.
Wow. He was a Wolf on Wall Street, your ass.
It was so embarrassing.
So the whole point.
Then he was like, you're gone.
So the whole point was, okay, so everybody did something different to it, like gain his apprenticeship. And then so you made it to the top 10. Does it matter if you're like smart? Does it matter if you're talented or what?
It was just based on
what's the criteria?
It was based on grades, I think. It was based on if you can do kind of like life capabilities. So like on the spot, like if he asks you to do something, if you're able to do it or not. So a lot of people, they got cut off because they weren't able to do things, and me, I got cut off because I wasn't able to sell a t-shirt.
Yeah. So if you had a chance to sell a t-shirt again, how would you do it? Let's go back. Ready? Alex, sell me a t-shirt.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to pretend you're wearing a Trigger View t-shirt.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
I like that.
In the future.
I'll see that. Y'all want to comment down below.
Hey, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I see you got a Trigger View hat there. Are you a fan of their channel?
Absolutely. I love them. I subscribe to their channel. I'm helping them go to 200 subscribers.
Hey, all right.
So don't forget to subscribe.
And hit the like button. I'm sorry, you're saying?
This went from like selling a t-shirt to promotion real quick.
So you know a lot about them. You must be a big fan.
Yeah, I love that dude named Juan. He's awesome. Jose and Frankie, not too bad, but
you sound like a sellout.
I have this new concept for a t-shirt I want to give to them and kind of merchandise for them. It's a black polo shirt. And it has the Trigger View logo with the white. And I want to make it embroidered, just like your hat, except in a bigger text and more like 3D box art.
Ooh.
Would you be interested in something like that?
Is it like a first edition? They don't, like, nobody else has it?
Definitely. It would only be just for the crew and for you.
What?
Exclusive. Sign me up.
Exclusive.
Oh, damn.
See, she knows how to get to you because she knows you like to golf. So she like,
it's a
polo.
I said a polo for me.
Hey.
So you got to know your customer. You got to
that
know
was
what
good.
they like.
That was good.
Yo, that was
good.
That was
really good, right?
That was really good.
You know what? I've never seen Alex like a sell, that can like sell and shit like that. Like, that's amazing, yo.
I've gotten so much better actually because of
that.
my work. Yeah,
because of that.
Because of my work. Because I do work in sales.
No, but did that situation help you too? The fact that like he told you, "Oh, sell me this," and then you're like,
Yeah, that really. I was so mad at myself because I wasn't able to do that. So after that, I was like, you know what? I am gonna learn how to sell. I'm gonna.
And it shows, you know how.
Yeah, you gotta know your customer. You gotta know what they like a little bit. Like, actually, that's something I really kind of want to do in the future is be a personal stylist. You know those quizzes you can do where, what do you want to be? What's your career?
Yeah.
On Facebook or?
No, like it's like $6 or something. It's like this career test.
And
I actually did one. I actually did one. And I was surprised it actually said art director. Because that's what I actually want to be is an art director for film and production, or even a brand or a company. I would love to do that. But one of the top 3 choices was also a personal stylist. And honestly, I would be down to do that.
Damn.
Like personal style for celebrities or, for high profile people. I really like to just know a little bit about a person and I can make a style for them. I think I'm pretty good at it. So I would like to do that. I'm sick.
Please,
if you need a personal stylist, hit me up.
Her information is down below. Alex H Styling at gmail. No, at
I don't like that name.
.com.
We'll come up with something. No. You're not my brand person. You're fired.
You're not the publicist.
Yo, that was sweet though. That was sweet. Have you guys ever been put on the spot?
Have I been put on the spot? I think this one time, it was in 4th grade.
Woo.
It was me, Francisco, some guy named Jay, and some chick. The teacher split us up in groups, and it was groups of 4. And like it was this class thing that we're doing is like they would tell you like they would pick out like something out of a bowl and you would have to do it. Like they say, oh, you guys have to hug or jump.
Kind of like a dare,
kind of like that. And like everyone had to go to the front of the class and do it. And when it came down to me, Frankie, Jay, and that chick,
you had to do it as a group.
Yeah, we had to do it as a group. So like I think one of them was hug it out and jump or something like that. So we did it, and then like every time you actually did it, and like everyone liked it, you move up until there was a winner, and the winner got like a chocolate bar or something.
Wow,
but
what a prize!
We ended up winning, and then one thing that still sticks with me is that the teachers are like, "Do you know why they won?" And everyone was like, "No, we don't know why they won." They're like, because they didn't care what you guys thought about them. You guys told them what to do, and you guys did it. So that was like there was one time.
You know, that's a good lesson.
That is. I was realizing it right now. Like, damn, that's
like
if
you're not afraid to like be made fun of or you don't give a care, you're gonna succeed because that's the only. That's the only way.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Now I do, yeah.
That's really cool that teacher did that.
That teacher's awesome because they're just not like math, science, reading, blah blah. They're about life lessons that are actually gonna
benefit
you in a long time. Because what you said, like if you can't care about what people think about you. Obviously, there's a fine line. There's a fine line.
I mean, obviously everyone does.
Yeah, there's a fine line between like being like, oh, I'm rude and disrespectful all the time. Like, yeah, dude. I mean, that's different than you doing your thing and people just bashing on you or people not liking you because you're successful or
hate
or just hating in general. Which
the
is
hater's
true.
gonna hate.
Yeah, because a lot of times when we want to
Tay said it the best. Haters gonna hate.
The player's gonna play. Yeah, but it's so true though because if we really cared about what everybody says, about us, we would never create a podcast at all. Like we would never really throw out something because our details might not be 100% or what we're saying is not like fully true. It's true to our knowledge.
It's our opinions.
Our opinions, yeah. But a lot of people that really care about what other people think and don't want to say the wrong thing, they just really can't say anything, which sucks because I believe that stops a lot of people from fully growing to
that's so true, especially in our digital world and our cancel culture that we live in now. I mean, a lot of people are afraid to speak out, afraid to say things, even though they want to. They're just so afraid that if I say this, it's gonna come back. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. But speak, your mind.
See, like when we used to film short films and all that in Grayo's production, Juan didn't want to release some videos because the quality wasn't there, the audio, this and that, and like he was too worried about like, it's not to what we wanted, that's gonna hurt the channel. But at the end of the day, is like, what hurts more? If you upload a shady video, would that affect you more than not uploading a video?
That's a good question. I think sometimes quality over quantity is what you want to go for, but also. I mean, the main reason why I do this podcast with you guys is, I enjoy sitting down, talking with you guys about different things. It's just something, it's something that brightens the rest of my week. I mean, because, we film on a Saturday. So we're filming, we get together, we wake up super early to do this. Today I woke up, I think I woke up at 5 today. Or
that's the time I
set my alarm for 4:30, but that didn't happen. You know how that goes. But, it's the fact that you're dedicated to something. And I think that's what a lot of people need. See, like
when there's go ahead.
They need to dedicate something. They need a hobby. They need something other than just work, school, whatever. Same routine. It's okay. It's good to have routines or morning rituals or whatever you're gonna do. Like I have my morning ritual. I wash my face. I do all my face products. I do all my cleansers, all that kind of stuff. And that's good to have. But you need something that, that kind of makes you
something different.
Something different.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah,
Something out of the
you
norm.
keep doing the same thing, you're just
Yeah.
gonna plateau.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to what you were saying with that cancel culture. You know, a lot of people can't speak their minds because. Do you guys think a lot of people can't speak their minds because now they're a little confused as in what's okay to say than what was okay to say before? Then now what's okay to say now?
I think so.
Yes
yeah.
and no. I think it's more okay. So obviously, the generation past us, the older generation from us, you know,
That's the booms, right? Boomers?
baby boomers,
Yeah.
yeah.
The boomer. Hey, boomer.
You know, some people in that generation are like, oh, the youth is so sensitive, blah 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 blah. Honestly, I don't believe that us youth are sensitive. I believe that we're more educated on different matters. You know, we're more about equality. We're more about, you know, gender representation, all that sort of topics.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just more educated and aware of it. And they think, oh, you know, they're so sensitive. No, it's just that we're not going to take the BS anymore, you know? I think that's really what it is.
See, I agree, but then I do agree that this generation's softer. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's not our generation, is a generation that follows that are
Gen Z?
Gen Z that they're very soft.
See, but we see them softer. What? That's why the
as you were saying it, I was thinking about the like, oh,
you know,
fuck,
they see
that's
us
true.
softer, and I think to some degree it's true.
I think to some degree it's true too, but
Yeah, because they'll be like, in my good old days, you can't do that.
Yeah,
this
but
and that. I think like how it was back then with the baby boomers is more like a black and white type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Then as it goes down, it goes like, okay,
there's shades of gray.
there's shades of gray, and then it just gets more.
And then
now
you add blue, and
you,
then you add
you know
red.
what? I think you're right. A lot of people think, oh, I have to see this issue or this topic black or white, but you got to consider factors. You got to consider what was that person's background, how were they brought up, you know, what's their lifestyle compared to this person.
Not everybody's the same.
It's not everybody's the same, right? And everybody's gonna experience their life in a different way. And I think, you know, issues aren't black or white. There's so much you have to consider. Like, you know, you could consider their income. You could, you know, a lot of different things.
Do you guys think that's why life is getting harder now? I believe life is getting harder as more.
Well, I mean, just
because now there's so much more to consider. It's not just yes or no. Now it's like, well, maybe let me think about it. Blah 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 blah. Before it was like more like a yes or no, and like it seemed that things were more simple. I don't know, because like she's saying, like you gotta take consideration. You gotta take consideration, like, you know, all this stuff. You know, and before I don't think a lot of stuff like that was taken consideration. I don't think. I personally believe that there's things you should take all that in consideration too, like our jail systems, our the way that we sentence people, all that. I think that needs to be considered.
It's important,
and it's very important. But there's a lot of things where I still think, like, for example, when you're getting hired, you know, does the person have it or does the person not have it? Something simple. It's like,
I see what you're saying.
You know, well,
because now it's like, oh wait, but they can develop it.
Yeah, and it's like, well, we can blah blah blah. Like, I mean, to me, it's more of a. I try to keep it as simple as possible, to where you can, where it's reasonable. But there's things and there's issues where you can't keep it simple. You really have to, you know, take all this other stuff in consideration, which I think is it's making it more like, instead of a straight path, now it's more. I don't know. This is my personal opinion. Like I said, there's like. Well, now you can kind of like go this way and then go that way.
So more like a root system.
Yeah, and it's my personal opinion and how things are developing, and how it's like how now, for example, kids are, you know, before, like, you would never scream to your parents. Now,
you know what? That's so true. A lot of kids, you'll see TikTok videos of them like yelling at their parents, and you know, us would be like, man, back in the day, if we would do that to our parents, you would get a spanking.
Exactly. And so now a lot of that is
a liar, anything.
Now a lot of that's allowed. Oh, but because you can't hit kids, or because it's gonna get traumatized. What the fuck you mean?
And then some kids have the audacity to be like, oh, you can't hurt me, or you can't touch me.
You can't touch me because it's the law.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Honestly, the one thing I do believe is that kids are self-educating more because of internet.
Just in what they want, though.
Resources,
yeah.
Just on what they want, what they're interested in, which is great, you know, because they learn more, but then they use it against you.
Yeah,
you know,
like I was trying to discipline my little brother.
That's how
and then
Aaron was too.
like, he's like, if you do this or that, it's called abuse.
He's
like,
it's
called child abuse.
Child abuse. I was like, Aaron,
Oh,
I'm disciplining you.
He tried to bust that bullshit on me.
Yeah.
And I told him, here's my phone, call the cops. The cop's gonna come. He's gonna give me his goddamn belt. He's gonna beat his ass more. Straight.
Aaron's over behind the camera laughing.
We're talking about you, bro.
And it's not trying to be violent with kids. It's not trying to be violent with anybody. It's not trying to discipline them, hitting them. It's just being like not correct. Being respectful. Only because well, you can't touch me. Oh, well, you can't talk to me like this.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you still live under my roof. Dude, you still, you got to abide my rules, period.
And I think for some people, it takes time to understand that. I mean, for me, I've had my problems with that. And looking back, I do think that's important. I think we've all strayed a little bit on that, where we're like rebellious and
yeah, we all hit that part. Yeah,
we all go through that at some point.
Yeah,
like around middle school.
I mean, but I think how the way that we were raised, or like getting hit and stuff, when we did something that was not acceptable,
we're getting disciplined, Frankie.
Getting disciplined.
Use the right word.
It's the wording. It's the wording.
We're getting our discipline growing up. I think it made us like a lot better than what I'm seeing now with my little brother, because like when
you listen, that's the thing.
We listen, and then like we're mindful, like we're respectful of other people too. Like we take in consideration, like, if it's not something nice to say, then don't say it, or like something like that. It's
or just like the simple thing of like, okay, when you go to somebody else's house, or when you go to a family event, you say hi to everybody.
You greet everyone.
You greet everybody. It's these little things that I believe that shouldn't be lost in each generation.
Exactly. I completely agree with manners in general and courtesy. I think it is being lost.
Yeah, and I think that's big, because now they'll be like, well, you know what? I just don't feel like doing it, and so now you're gonna force me to do it because I don't feel like it. What? Like, okay, put the brake on it.
Yeah.
Hold back. Manners. Manners are black and white.
It's as simple as saying thank you. Thank someone for doing something for you. And people don't do that.
Well, I don't want to thank them because they didn't do it correctly, or they took too much time.
What? Or that's the job. Like, no.
Me personally, I think I overthink people, but that's just my personality. Like, if someone does something, I'm like, oh, thank you so much for your help, blah, 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 blah. Like, I do it too much, and I'm guilty of that. But, I mean, it's just me. That's who I am.
And it's funny because in, like, a lot of different communities, not saying everybody's the same, not saying everywhere's, the same. Like, for example, when Jose and I we go golfing, and it's mostly, Caucasian older people. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. You go somewhere else? What the fuck? Good morning. And it gives like, and I'm not saying it's like everywhere we go, but like where we go, it's like, oh, good morning. And it's older people that are born with that. Just give a good morning to somebody. Yeah. And that can, like, right in the day, that can change their mood. Because maybe they're having a shitty day. You're like, hey, good morning. You give them a smile. Yeah, or like, you give them some eye contact.
If you're on a morning run or a morning walk, like, I used to ride my bike to go to the train station and go to school, and I would ride my bike, and I would see older couples or just single people just walking their dogs or whatever, and I would say, oh, hey, good morning on my bike. I was just like riding by, and they would say good morning back. Yeah. And honestly, I do think the sort of community with other people is so important. And, unfortunately with, everything going on this year, COVID, I think, we've kind of lost that a little bit. Yeah. So this week, do something different. Say good morning to people when you walk by. Yeah. Say hello. Like, say, oh, hey, give them a compliment. Say, hey, that's a sick shirt. Just do something a little bit extra this week.
Damn, Ma, that's a fat ass.
Nothing like that.
I was just kidding.
Not like that.
Catch a police.
Not like that.
No, it's true, because like the guy that does our landscaping, like every time I see him when I'm driving, I just tilt my hat. And he goes back, and it's just
like simple like that.
It's a mutual respect
like
that you
when
give
that you acknowledge them.
You acknowledge a person that's there.
When I go running, like, I don't say good morning or nothing like that. We just lock eyes and then just say sup, and then that's it. Keep going.
Or something.
Or like when you're freaking driving and somebody lets you go and you just go instead of being like, oh, yeah, thank you, like, you raise your hand, hey, thank you, people were just like, they keep going like well, you know.
Yeah, I
fuck
always
you.
like.
I'm gonna cut your ass off real quick.
Yeah, I'm always like, when I'm running and people don't go and it's their right to go and they let me go, I'm like, thank you.
Yeah,
Because,
it's just like the little things that make such a big difference to people.
It is. Definitely is.
It is.
So you guys be grateful for everything, all right?
Be grateful.
All right.
And
Be a little kinder this week to
yeah,
someone.
and the people that are already doing it, that's freaking awesome. And this is what we need, in the world, especially right now.
Especially now with the lack of.
How hard is it to do this?
Because you never know whose day you can change just with a thank you or a good morning
Someone
or a
could
hello.
be in a really bad mood,
true.
in a really dark place, and just even a simple smile.
Yeah, because you hear all the time about these stories about people that are trying to commit suicide or do something, and somebody just said like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Like, what, you care about me? And all of a sudden, that changed their mind from committing suicide to like, well, what? Like somebody cares about me.
And not only that, but when you say, "Hey, how are you doing?" just go a little bit beyond that sometimes. You know, we all do the thing. Oh yeah, we're fine, we're okay, whatever. But honestly, have you seen those pictures where it says, "Hi, how are you?" and someone says, "Okay," and then it has little bubbles, anxiety, depression, and then stuff on the sides? I mean, that's real, and people are going through stuff. So if they say they're okay and they don't look okay, kind of like don't investigate them or anything. Just say, "I'm here for you." That's all you need to say. You don't need to say what's going on. Maybe they don't want to talk about it, but just say, "You know what? If you need anything, I'm here for you."
That's key.
And that's the way to do it.
That's key, because you're showing somebody that you're lending them your time, your precious, valuable time to hear them out. Especially like when you said, "Hey, if you need anything, I'm here for you." I like to say that too to people. I'm like, "Hey, if you need anything, let me know." Because
all right, I need $200,000.
Okay,
the door's right there.
did I say that?
You did, and it's been recorded.
Guys,
you didn't see the fine print. That's why.
Blackmail.
Oh, there is
when you
no
sign your
fine print.
contract, you said you cannot get any money from Juan, only from Alex and Frankie.
I didn't sign any contract, so that means I can get money from you. You.
Guys, well, thank you for watching this podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe. Help us reach to 200,000 subs. Why not?
200,000. Let's do it. Let's do it. And tell us.
Last week it was 200. This week is 200,000. That's what I like to hear.
And give us a little comment about, have you ever been put on the spot and what'd you do? How'd you handle it? Did you flop like I did? Let us know.
Hey, you flop it then.
I
Right
did
now,
flop.
you learned from it.
Right now, I sold you that shirt.
redeem it.
You sold that shit to me too.
I sold it to him.
I was like Alex, the Wolf of Wall Street. Shit. All right, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're having a great day. We got in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.